from the shadowed foothills of the Alberta Rocky Mountains, where the pines stand silent under star-filled skies, and the peaks hide secrets older than time itself. This is Tommy Temper, After Dark. Good evening, or good morning, wherever the darkness finds you tonight across this vast, strange world of ours. We're coming to you live from a place where the veil is thin, where UFOs drift silently above the tree line, where UAPs blink in and out of radar, where the whispers of aliens, the occult, ghost, Bigfoot, cryptids, and things that should not be still walk among us. This is Tommy Temper, After Dark. And we're just getting started. Welcome, friends. Let's see what's out there.
Hey, how you doing? It's the Tommy Temper Show. And we're coming to you late at night here today. Hopefully we can get somebody to come on board here and tell us some stories about some experiences that you've had. And thanks a lot, everyone, for tuning in here. I see we've got Smooth Operator in there. Hey, good to see you. Got Shanky Girl. Looking good. A few more people popping in here. Rudy in there. Hey, Rudy. Good to see you. And BKL popping in. Got Jen Bell in there coming in from X. Good to see you. Thanks a lot for tuning in. Most of the chat is going to be coming in on YouTube. So if you head over to YouTube and just type in Tommy Temper Show, you'll be able to get to us or watch the rest of the chat. Be more people in the chat over at YouTube. Looking good, tuning in from work, listening from the bushes. Oh, wow, Dagmar in there. Coming in from the scary places there at nighttime. Sounds good. Yeah, well, we've got a bit of stuff to go over here tonight. We've got the StreamYard link that we've dropped there. So if somebody wants to come on the panel and tell us about some of your experiences, whether you've been abducted by the aliens or whether you've seen a ghost or a Sasquatch or, you know, anything like that that's kind of interesting to hear about late at night. Let us hear about your experiences. But otherwise, if we don't get anybody popping on here to talk about their experiences, we will be bringing up some information and some entertaining tidbits that will keep you enthralled, I'm sure. I'd love to hear some Bigfoot stories, says Smooth Operator. Yeah, absolutely. There's no doubt about that. I can tell you about my story. I have a Bigfoot story. I never actually saw a Bigfoot, you know, in person, but when I was up north, up in the Yukon, we used to go up there and look for gold and visit people that had gold mines up there in the Yukon, up in Dawson City in that area. And on the way up to Dawson City in the Yukon there, just north of Whitehorse, we stopped at there's kind of a swimming pool area there, and we ran into some people that had just seen Sasquatch in that area, and it really freaked them out. You know, they didn't take any pictures or anything like that, but it was sighting. I believe them that they actually saw it, and they told us about it, and you know, it was actually kind of interesting to hear a firsthand story from somebody that had actually seen the Bigfoot. It's pretty crazy. There's not too much that I've seen in my life. UFOs, yeah, I've seen UFOs and strange things in the sky. I've got a camera, a night vision type camera, a low light camera, and I've taken that out and at nighttime and done some recordings and seen a little bit of crazy stuff out there. But you know, really high up in the atmosphere, lots of satellites and stuff like that up there, of course. And you know, satellites will just, you know, go slowly across the sky in one direction. But once in a while, you'll see something that it'll be going in one direction and all of a sudden abruptly turn and go in another direction. And you don't know what that is. There was another time, there was Halley's Comet. I was up, it was in the Northwest Territories, up a little ways out of Inuvik. And it was like really dark up there in the wintertime. It is like really dark, away from city lights or anything like that. And I saw Halley's Comet, you know, with my naked eye up in the sky. You could see it had a tail, stuff like that. So that was pretty cool to see that. Railroaded, good to see you. Sasquatch is coming at you. Do not stop and grab a camera. Yeah, watch out. Well, you can smell that Sasquatch before it gets to you, you know. Yeah, so you gotta watch out for them. Yeah, Rudy says, I'm next to Point Mugu Base in California. Lots of planes took off 2 hours ago. Oh, wow. I wonder if they're heading out towards Iran, because, you know, we've heard in the wind there that there might be some kind of an American attack on Iran, although you'd think that planes would be on the aircraft carriers or in bases over in Iran, but I guess they could fly over there to bases or whatever over close to that area. Yeah, there's supposed to be, everyone is kind of waited with bated breath for something to be happening between the U.S. and Iran. So, yeah, I don't know. I guess we'll see what is going on with that. let's see. Here's hard to tell what's real or not these days, but it would be fun if this short video of a gray alien in the woods turns out to be more real than not. Here's a video. Let me just pop this in here, and you tell me, what do you think of this one here? Does this look like a an alien, or what the heck is this here? Hang on. Check it out. Okay, see, there's the bush in there. And you can see something that looks like an alien there. Do you see that? See the big eyes? And that's your typical alien. You know, that's the typical large headed, you know, at the top of the head is very large, and then you've got the black eyes there. And he's hiding behind that stick, but not doing a really good job. Skinny body and probably short. That's your typical gray right there, I think. Something like that. Looking pretty weird. Trust your nose. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I don't usually stream late at night, but I decided to just test out my intro music. I actually posted a video with two different versions of the intro music, one with a female and another one with a male singing it, so I'm not sure which is the best. Maybe if you've heard both of them on my last video, maybe there's one that you like better. My wife didn't like the female one. She thought it sounds too weird or whatever. But maybe she got freaked out because it's like a late night type song. Goes over, I think, well for this. Let's see. Jen says, I had a green basketball orb fly past my bedroom window when my husband and I were watching a movie. We both smacked our faces on the window and watched it zip down and take off and disappear 15 years ago. Wow. Excellent. Thanks for that, Jen, for that input. A basketball orb. Yeah. Yeah. And there seems to be a proliferation of orbs these days. You know, like if you think back to 20 years ago, there probably were more traditional shaped UFOs and not so many orbs. But lately, there have been a lot of orbs spotted. And you know, something like this, I don't know. Well, it's kind of blurry, which is kind of weird. It looks like it's done with some kind of a night vision, right? Because it's green, or got a green tinge to it. Nighttime, it's pretty hard to do a color video, so could be like a night goggle or something like that that this was taken with, which it's kind of a little bit strange. Absolutely. But Jen Moore, thanks a lot for that rendition of what happened to you. Yeah, I don't know. I've never been abducted or, you know, penetrated or anything like that. Luckily, you know, I haven't gone for a flight up, you know, into the atmosphere and seen the inside of a UFO or whatever. But yeah, I've seen movies and things like that of that actually happening to people. And yeah, some pretty freaky movies out there of people being abducted and things that have happened to them. You get green tinge to you. The video is black and white. Yeah. I don't know. Well, I've got the green tinge. Well, actually, the video itself has a bit of green to it there too. Look at it right there. I've got the green tinge on me. I can change it to a different color, but we'll just leave it at that for now. Yeah, anyways, that's that video. No, I've got the falling letters here with me with the green background, or the shadow. The green shadow is what we've got here. Okay, let's see what else we've got here. We've got this, which is this is a lady, Demi Moore is who this is, talking about aliens. And Demi is from Roswell. Roswell is a very famous place as far as UFOs and things like that go. And she's talking with Stephen Colbert about UFOs here. So let's listen to this little clip here and see what she has to say about UFOs. This is actually interesting because she talks about UFOs and Roswell, coming from Roswell. I think she lived in Roswell, and she talks about how people were like really hushed up and didn't talk about UFOs in Roswell, like after it happened, because remember, after it happened, you had the military came in, and they kind of went around and told everyone to just shut up and not say anything about it. Then they said it wasn't. Originally, the report came out that it was a UFO that crash landed, and then they came back and said, no, it was a weather balloon, and here's some silver material, like from a weather balloon or something like that. So yeah, a little bit on the weird side there, that's for sure. Let's see here. Okay, we'll bring this in here. Here's the interview with Demi Moore on the Colbert Show here. Hang on. Yeah, that might have been on John's live there when we were out at the Alberta Independence Rally. Yeah. In fact, I'm going to have John on as a guest and do a special with John talking about Alberta independence, which, yeah, I signed up for independence and gung-ho on Alberta independence. I do like all kind of shows, and, do a lot of stuff with riots and protests and stuff like that, like where they have the ICE protests going on. If I would have been on earlier, I would have been probably showing the action down there in Seattle and stuff like that. Actually, he looks like a little alien. But nice to see you there, Jen. Thanks a lot for subbing up. Appreciate that. Yeah, I've gotten a lot of subs here in the last month or so. The channel is going quite well. I like to put it this way. I like to like everybody. I don't like, to hate on anybody. I like to just have a fun channel and talk about fun things and about succeeding in life, getting ahead in life, being a good person. And we don't need to hate on anybody. Except I don't like what's happening with our province, Alberta, that I'm in here, with what's going on with Ottawa. We're being really badly mistreated for many, many years. And that's why I'm like pro-independence. And that's another thing too, is that, in the old days, there used to be like flying saucers, something that looked like a saucer with a little bump on the top of it, and that was your typical flying saucer. But man, they've like morphed into spheres and pill-shaped things and triangles and all kind of stuff. It's just gotten pretty whacked out. In fact, my thought on the flying saucers is that they could be from another dimension, not visible in our dimension, but they kind of shift in and out of our dimension, and they could be almost any kind of a shape or color. Yeah, they were the ones, Benny and Barney Hill, that they were in a car and they spotted a UFO. I don't know. I think it was maybe a matter of lost time or something like that. I don't think they were abducted or taken into the craft. I don't really remember that particular story, the complete details of it, but I remember that they were in a car when it happened, and pretty crazy. It's, one of the more famous UFO stories there from Betty and Barney Hill from a ways back. Let's see. They're already here. They are already here, are they? Well, they might be. We've got this story coming in here, and let's hear what this one is about. Stand by. UFO. Let's see. Little information on this. Ex-CIA operative John Ramirez was abducted by aliens. They put something in me. Oh, wow. I wonder where they put it. They're already here walking amongst us, Hybrids, reptilian contracts. The government knows. Former insider drops this bombshell in full. What do you think is really going on? I wonder what is going on. Okay, let's listen to this story here. Can't make this stuff up.
I was taken by beings who self-identified as Saurian. Their ancestry came from something what we would describe as reptiles. I think that they had an interest in my development. If there's any kind of intervention physically, it would have occurred in the story I told about being a young child and being taken to that Victorian house and being medically examined. And so the hybridization is not necessarily changing our appearance, but more like expanding our consciousness and expanding human potential to be all that we can be. And the agencies are CIA in particular. And I believe that they are looking at human origins through the examination of alien DNA and the discovery that some of that alien DNA is inhuman, that they want to know the origin of that, and that certain humans seem to have enhanced DNA. And we know that certain families have this enhanced DNA, not just regular human DNA, but enhanced DNA. How far back does it go?
Wow. Yeah, that's interesting. The reptilians, yeah, what do they come from? Dinosaurs or something like that, maybe. And interesting concept there where, you know, you've got this thought that aliens interbreeded with humans and that potentially even maybe everybody shares some DNA from aliens. In fact, who knows where humans actually came from? Maybe we were placed on planet Earth by some aliens from some other planet, some other entity, some other dimension, you know, and we're just only capable of seeing in our dimension here and not, let's say, the fourth dimension, for example. So yeah, interesting thoughts on that. But and that the government apparently knows something about that now that we're able to actually dig in and see what people's DNA looks like. So yeah, information. Prometheus. Hey, Nub's in there. Masad, good to see you. People in the Air Force swear they have seen them, and the Navy has said that they have seen them come out of the ocean. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, in fact, you know, that's another thing. Like 20 years ago, you never heard much about UFOs coming out of the ocean, but now you have reports of stuff like that happen. Even the Air Force having videos of some kind of UFOs coming out of the ocean and then flying up into the atmosphere. Yeah, weird, really weird. I started, so no, I didn't. I'm not smoking any weed here. We're just quite normal here, as a matter of fact. But hey, nice to see you. It's Masad in the house here. Probably turns out to be drones. Well, these days, you know, there's more chance of people faking UFO videos with, you know, the advent of everyone can have a drone these days, and there's drones flying around like crazy. And you can make a drone look like a lot of different things by, you know, putting or covering it up. But, you know, drones are only so big. They're quite small. So a lot of the aliens that you see, like they, you know, how there have been reports of some of these triangular UFOs that are like the size of a football field, you know, cruising silently over top of you with the lights flashing on the corners of it, whatever. And it's pretty hard to mimic something like that with a Chinese drone or whatever with the DJI. Yeah. Let's see. Location, New Jersey. This is it. We're in the middle of a UFO flop. Major sightings are going on to be seen, and they're not hiding at all. 2 very large UFOs are recorded in this video, hovering with no sound or flight signatures. Like the witness said, these are not drones, or at least not ours. Let's check this out. See if we can figure out what this is here. Let me turn up the audio on this here and pop it in here. Okay, check out this video. What do you think this is?
Instagram, what's that? Look, hold on, let me stop walking. What's that? That's a plane? Why it ain't moving? Then what's his little homie back here? That's a plane? Why it ain't moving? Look at that, it got 4 lights on it. Instagram.
Hang on. What's that? I like that. What's this little homie back there? It's a UFO with a homie. That's what it is.
What's
I'm pretty
that?
sure.
Look, hold on, let me stop walking. What's that? That's a plane? Why it ain't
Okay. What is that? Okay, if it was a plane, first of all, a plane usually has like at least a red or a green flashing light. If it's some kind of a aeronautical vehicle, red and green flashing light. But I don't see any kind of flashing light on there at all. It's just looks like about 4 lights on there. Now, I guess if a plane is coming in directly towards you, do you see the flashing lights on it, or is it just going to be white lights? Generally speaking, if it's flying right directly for you, coming in for a landing, you're going to see some white lights on it. So I'm not sure what that is there.
moving? Then what's his little homie back here? That's a plane? Why it ain't moving? Look at that, it got 4 lights on it. Instagram, what's that? Look, hold on, let me stop walking. What's that?
UFO with the
That's
homie.
a plane? Why it ain't moving? Then what's his little homie back here? That's a plane? Why it ain't moving? Look at that, it got 4 lights on it. Instagram.
Yeah. See, it's not a fake video. It's a real recording. The guy's talking like he's looking at it firsthand. So I don't think he heard any noise or anything coming from it, but just a short video. And I don't know what that is there. Could be almost anything. Okay, here's another one here. This is a UAP unknown. Unknown. This is pretty unknown, whatever the hell this is. So you tell me. But one thing I'll say about this, let me just put it in the screen here so that you can see it properly here. This is kind of weird. And this is kind of how I would think that UFOs would fly. And if you look close at this clip, the UFOs look like they're flying pretty damn erratically. And this is an old clip. I'm not sure how old it is, but you can tell by the video that it appears to be older. And I don't know if I've ever seen this before, but check this one out.
This has got to be one of my favourite spruces. This is why the government does not want us to know about this technology. You'll be frightened to death. Look at them, look how fast they go. They can kidnap people from your home.
Look at right there,
and
sucking somebody up.
Guys, tell me what you think. This has got to be one of my favourite spruces.
Right there.
This is why the government...
You see how it's sucking somebody up or an animal up or something into the craft? And you hear an awful lot about that. Right there. Look at that. Something is being sucked up from the ground into the craft. And you hear about abductions of animals, cows and stuff like that, and things on the ground and being cut up and the blood sucked out of it and stuff like that. That's the kind of a UFO incident that is a little bit freaky right there. And look at the way they're flying too. Like it's as if their trajectory is like up here, Check that out. That's kind of a weird one there. Absolutely crazy. Signs is a 2002 sci-fi thriller by M. Night about a family facing alien invasion on a farm, known for suspense and a water motif. Yeah, that's one of the movies that there's lots of good movies out with aliens and alien abductions and stuff like that. But this is kind of one of the more weird videos of some kind of an abduction of something. Right there, you'll see it being sucked right up, right there, into the craft, and then they fly away. It's crazy. That's all I can say. It's crazy. Okay, let's see what else we have here. This one here is a video. Hang on, let me move it over here a little bit. I have to kind of move it over here. Get the picture of it here. Okay, this is a kind of a collection of a bunch of things here. Let's turn down that music there. A couple of different shots. Check that out. Airplane with a bunch of UFOs buzzing around it. And then all of a sudden the airplane disappears. Lights in the sky. Some kind of a UFO with a plane going by. There's the homie. The homie. It's out there. No, I didn't. She's mad at me. She's always mad at everyone. But I made Railroader to mod. And that's messing her up. Okay, check that out. That's pretty interesting. That's a kind of a weird orb. That's in the back of a cloud. And look at how it moves. Like airplanes don't move like that. It's like moving all over the place. Like it really spurts. It's kind of a green UFO there. With the red flashing light. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and who the hell is that bunny guy? Never heard of him before, but made it onto the halftime show. Oh, hang on. Let me, actually, I forgot to flip this on here. Okay, here we go. Okay, so check this out. Right there. Look at all those UFOs around that plane. And there's the night lights. Yeah, I forgot to push the button. Hey, I'm by myself here. I don't have a technical crew to be, bringing stuff up or organizing or doing anything. It's like a one-man show here. That's the homie. The Christmas homie. That's a weird looking thing. Like sometimes when you see stuff like this and it's just stationary or moving quite slow, you think, well, it's not some kind of a balloon or something. That one's rotating around. There's some kind of a bunch of little orbs right there. And this is the interesting one that's flying through the clouds. And look at how it moves in spurts. Strange. I'm a flyer guy. They might have. The question is, do I believe they recovered dead bodies from a alien spacecraft in Roswell? That's how the story goes. If you believe that story, you believe that they did recover something like that. So I would have to say yes, that that may very well have happened. I've heard stories of people that have talked to people that were actually there, like nurses and you know, other people, where they did interviews of people, and the people, you know, collaborated that there was some kind of bodies or something that they recovered from the Roswell spacecraft. So you never know. And you know, there's some kind of video out there where it shows like an old phone on the wall and stuff like that, and alien on the gurney or whatever, and whatever. So there is some video from back then. That's a pretty weird one there. Look at this one. This comes swooping through. That's like pretty strange in reverse. Now that one there, where it's like a green light with the red flashing light, that looks like it could be an aircraft or something, like a chopper or something, to the red flashing light. It's kind of hard to say. Whoa, see that one? There's a close-up of it there. Crazy. Where did they put the probes? I know. That's why I don't want to get abducted, because that's the last thing I'd need, is to get probed, you know. I suppose if I was gay or something, you know, you'd probably go, hey, yeah, that's pretty cool, but that's not really in my agenda, if you know what I mean. This just turned from a G-rated show to an X-rated show. Whoa, nice hat. Look at that thing. There, now that's a typical UFO. There's the triangle UFO. One of the more modern ones there. It's crazy. Okay. Let's see what else we have here. There's more. There's more. You thought that was it. No, not so. There is more. There's like scary stuff here. Let's bring on something a little more scary. This one here is UFO Mania is where it comes from. Mummy of a reptilian creature on display in a museum in Russia. Check this out. This is an actual mummy on display, and it looks weird. It's a reptilian type of a creature. The video mentions another being that was photographed in a helicopter, and that happens to be identical. Does anyone have any more information about the being in the helicopter? This is like pretty weird stuff here. Let me see. Let me line this up here so that you can see it. This is pretty crazy stuff here. Bring its foot in here first. You know, check that out. That's the foot of the alien. Some kind of a mummy, and it's in Russia. Let's see. I'm not sure what kind of audio is on this one, so we'll hear.
Хорош. Найден на дне Черного моря. Неизвестный.
Look at that thing. Holy jeez. Look at that face. That's a face only a mother could love, you know. You know what they, you know how they say that. Yeah.
Hold on! Yo!
Oh. Hang on. What did that have to do with this? Oh, look at, there's an actual statue out there too. The alien statue. Yeah, we need one of those for our city here. Almost exactly the same, the statue and the alien that was the mummified alien in the museum. I wonder if it's a pelvis looks like a female pelvis there. What do you think? Looks female to me. Just saying.
Офигеть.
What's that? You probably noticed that. Yeah. Was that a ICE will be out looking for that alien. It's an illegal alien from Russia. They've already rounded up a few white Russians and sent them back to Russia. Oh, man. Can't make this stuff up. Yes, a face only a mother could love. Oh, my. Oh, my. Okay, check this out, though. This is your typical alien face with the large eyes, the small nose, or even sometimes they don't have a nose. And then look at the small lips. What the hell? Why are those eyes so big? And why are they black? Like how do they pick up the light, or what's that all about? Or is this just some artist rendering of somebody came up with, let's just make a picture of an alien and make it with a large head, large black eyes, little nose, little mouth, and skinny body, probably about 3 feet tall. And that ends up being the picture of an alien that everyone has emblazoned into their mind. And so now we all think that an alien looks like that. Whereas an alien could look like almost anything. But, this alien has humanoid type features. Even though the eyes are big, I don't know, it probably blinks its eyes too, just like we do. And, it's got features like us. So maybe we came or have DNA from this kind of an alien from the Greys. X-Files. Yeah, exactly. Oh no, the X-Files. Don't forget. Oh yeah. That's exactly what it is. Coming from the X-Files. AOC eyes. Yeah. I'm now convinced my French bulldog is an alien. Yeah. Because you're right. It's got those French bulldog eyes. Yeah. Good comment. I agree with you. Okay, we'll play that one more time. I need a drink. They found drawings in caves of what looks like alien spacecraft. Here's an interesting story. When I went to, and I wonder whether I can find a, let's see here. Oh, hang on. Oh, look at, where's Bitcoin at? 96. Look at it's going up. It's going up a little bit there. 96,000 right at the moment here, Bitcoin. It's funny that I bring that on there. Oh, hang on. I got the wrong thing on here. There we go. Alien there again. Let's bring me back on here again. Hang on. Let me do a quick search here for something or other here in Iran. Let's see. Iran. UFO carving. And I think this is in, hang on. Let me see if I'll put a place in here. Let's see if I can come up with something here. Oh, yeah. I think I can actually bring it up here. This will be cool if I can. Anyways, I took a trip to Iran, and there's this place called Paris Police, Persepolis, and it's right in between Tehran and and Shiraz, and it's a kind of a place where there's ancient ruins there. And on one of the ruins, or on one of the pictures, and I actually saw it with my own eyes when I was there, there's a picture engraved on the wall of a little UFO with wings on it. And I never thought about looking for it here, but that's something that I actually saw, and it's like literally thousands of years old. And and think about it. That's how they would depict something like a UFO with little wings on it, to show that, hey, this thing was flying up in the air. And I don't know if I can actually find the actual picture here. Let me just see here. But anyways, it was something that that I saw for myself. There's a guy, a German guy that just died. What the heck was his name now? Donegan or something. He had a book called Chariots of the Gods that he had written back in the 60s, I think. And he actually had a picture of that little UFO with the wings on it in his book. And yeah, pretty cool stuff. Let's see. Well, there's this one here. This one isn't really the one that I'm talking about, but hang on a second here. I don't know if I can bring it over here. No, I can't. Well, you've got stuff like this. There was stuff like this on the wall. Like it was engraved or carved into the wall. And like I say, one of them was a little picture of a UFO. There's this one here. You can see here where it's some kind of a, the one on the right there is it looks like a bird or a bird's wings or something. And then you got a man on top of it, on top of a bird. So kind of depicting a bird or some kind of something flying. There's another one there with the man on top of the bird. But what it was a little UFO. You know, it looked just like a little UFO, and it had wings on it. But of course, I'm not really prepared for showing you it. I'm just kind of basically going through here and let's see. Paris Police. Maybe let me just put Chariots of the Gods in here. Oops. Let's see here. Let's see. Maybe if I put that in there, I'll have a better luck at finding that. That's the exact picture. Well, obviously there were a lot of carvings there. It's a pretty famous place in Iran. And no, I can't really find the exact picture that I'm talking about. And it wasn't that one. It wasn't the one with the guy on top of the bird, but it was a little UFO, and it had two little wings off the side of it. And yeah, like I say, I saw it myself, so it was pretty cool that I had a chance to see something like that, which is like ancient evidence of UFOs. Okay, let me bring up the next clip here. Okay, this one here is a 15-minute. Well, actually, it's not 15 minutes. It's all, yeah, actually, it is 15 minutes here. But this is a 15-minute compilation of UAP footage from around the world. So let's just check this one out and see what it's all about. Okay, I'll just tune that music out. Compilation. Let's look at a few of these ones here. From Genoned is where we're picking this up from. 1995, September 9th. Some kind of a weird looking UFO with jets or something around it. Looks like the back end of a rocket or something. That's pretty crazy. Ancient aliens, yeah. Debated theories of tech builds attributed to extraterrestrials. Skeptics cite myths, misinterpretation, and human ingenuity. There are some islands in Australia that have people that have never been off the island. what do you think when they see an airplane fly over the island? Yeah. Yeah. Or people down in, you know, jungles and places like that. That's a kind of a weird one. You know, have you seen those latest fireworks now that are kind of circular like that? Whoa, that's kind of a fast moving. Look at how fast that. Okay, look at the shape of that, and look at how fast it's going compared to that airplane. Strange. What the heck is that? Okay, there's some kind of a UFO with some kind of a rotating light on the top of it. That's pretty strange. Getting some glow off of it. Strange stuff here tonight. Oh, hang on. Okay, sorry about that. My mistake for not bringing it on here. I'll just bring it back on from the beginning here. Minus the credits on here. But yeah, some pretty strange stuff. These ones are actually pretty good. It's kind of a compilation of a bunch of them. Okay, this one looks like the back end of a rocket. Ecuador. Looks like you're looking at the back end of a rocket or something. Some kind of booster rockets or something. That's a pretty strange one. Wow. That one went fast. Look at it. That's a strange one there. Weird looking. Look at that one. That one has got some kind of a weird light that looks like it's not even attached to it, underneath it. That one there looks like that firework that I was saying, that kind of a circular firework. But it's not a firework. It's like, that's weird. That's really strange. And look at how fast that one is going compared to the airplane. The airplane is cruising, but look at how fast that UFO is going. And that one there looks kind of a pill UFO. And this one here, look at the strange lights off of both ends of that. Some kind of a light aberration. This one here is the one with the flashing light on the top of it. Strange. Really, really strange, man. Star. I don't know. Some of them are so blurry that it's hard to tell what the hell they are. But on the other hand, you know, if they're faked, they're usually not blurry. They're usually, you know, if the guy's going to fake it, he's going to do a pretty good CGI job of it. But these ones are kind of blurry, like they're far away. And if you're using a cell phone, that's weird. Look at this one here. Some kind of a light coming up to an orb in the sky. That's pretty weird. And look at this one. Looks like some kind of a stick. Flying stick. That one is pretty cool. A tube. Flying tube. That one goes behind some object there. Yellow UFO. Okay, now watch how this flies. Oh, look at it. Look, triangular. Now that looks like a UFO. Like when I think of a UFO, yeah. Oh, that's pretty strange. Look at that thing. Weird. Barney and Betty Hill, yeah. LT, hey, good to see you. Herman the Tosser coming in from the UK. Hey, it's UFO night tonight. Okay, and there's like your typical triangular one where they say that they're like the size of a football field. There's your typical old school UFO. It's the kind that we think of when we think of UFOs. It's like that, kind of a shape like a flying saucer, hence the term flying saucers. And look at this one here with some kind of a light on the top of it that's going back and forth like a kit car. That's pretty strange. Weird. Insomnia show, yeah. And look at this weird bunch of aliens there. How did that pop in there? Okay, what's going on with these ones? Hey, look, he's got a homie. That's kind of weird. Oh, look at that. Look how fast it's going. Is this a meteor? Oh, look at it. It's got weird 3 lights on it there. That's weird. This is night vision here. Yeah, get yourself a night vision unit and go out there and look at the sky at night. I'll bet you see some stuff that you never knew was out there. Look at this thing. Oh, across the road. There's the Betty and Barney Hill one where they were driving down the road and then they spotted something like this. This is like their encounter. Wow, that was pretty weird. There's another tube shape. It's the Goodyear blimp. There's a hawk trying to get it. Yeah, that's strange. Look at that one across the moon. There's a bunch of ones from NASA, pictures from NASA, which are where they're flying across the moon. And look at how that one was kind of changing, pitch as it was going across there. That's strange stuff. Antifa. Oh, what? Antifa jumped Tommy Boy's wife? No, I never heard that. Oh my. That's not good at all. I wonder where she was when that happened. Was it, because I know he was talking about moving because he said they were doxing his house and stuff like that. And he was worried for his wife, worried about his wife. Where did it happen? Not good to hear that. There's kind of a weird looking one. And look at that one. That's kind of weird. It's like it's cohesive, but yet different parts of it. Look at it. They always say stuff about power plants and nuclear, launching sites and stuff like that, where, aliens like to congregate. When people go, well, they're trying to pull power from the power plant there or something. I don't know. Can they actually do that? Is it possible to pull for a disc or something, a UFO, to pull power from a power plant? Hard to say. I don't know. Who knows for sure? We don't know. Look that's over the moon. And there's some flights going to the moon these days too. Should be getting some more footage from the moon here pretty soon. Wasn't Elon Musk gonna send some? Was it just a spacecraft, or they're gonna send more men to the moon? What the heck is that thing? That's pretty weird. Looks like a windmill blade on top of a couple of balloons or something. That is weird. What is that? Atomic explosion under the water? Let's see what's around it. Whoa, what the hell is that thing? Look at that thing. What the heck is that? Look at how many How many fingers does it have on it there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, maybe 12 or 13 fingers on that thing. That's really strange. It looks like a hat off of a ancient Roman coin or something. Okay, where's the alien? There it is. 23 Skidoo. Get that thing out of there. Artemis is planned to circle the moon in March. Okay, yeah, cool. I'll be looking for that footage or something. We'll actually do a show with footage from that moon thing there. Whoa, that one was going pretty fast. Look at this thing. That's pretty weird. That's one of the strangest videos out there. Look at how it's oscillating like that into 3 parts. Look at that. That looks like birds. Come on. That's birds up in the sky that can't get the V formation set up. Jen says, check out a Chinese satellite that broke up over Alberta. I was walking home and 3 gigantic bus-sized flaming blazes light up the sky. I caught that one on film. So did many in Alberta. Oh, wow. That's pretty cool. Look at that one. Going right across the horizon there. Whoa. And low on this side of the trees. UFO doesn't care about the mountain. What? What, it just goes right into the mountain? Look at this. Oh, look at it. It just disappeared right into the mountain. See, this is, that is, like I'm saying, image from a drone. That is where I'm saying where these UFOs could be from another dimension. From the, we have like 3 dimensions. It could be from the 4th dimension, and therefore it can go right through a wall or right through a mountain or right into the ocean or whatever. Look at this, speaking of the ocean. Those are some strange lights spotted over the water. That's pretty weird. Bunch of homies there all together. 12th man off grid. Hey, good to see you. Pop it in. 12th man is coming in from Alaska. We've got UK in the house. We've got Alaska in the house. I'm in Alberta. We got other people from Alberta here. I'm in Edmonton, Alberta here at the moment. Today we drove back here from Sylvan Lake. It was at Sylvan Lake there earlier in the day. Some weird. Oh, look at this one. That looks like some kind of atomic particle or something. Look at how part of it is stationary and part of it is rotating. That's one of the more strange ones there. And this looks like a pretty old vintage film there with an alien UFO over top of it. Looks like 3 UFOs there, all combining into one. And then back out again, back and forth, in and out. That's pretty strange. Salty alien in the house. Hey, wormhole. Good to see you, Salty. Hey, if you're just watching, hit that sub button. Sub up to the channel there. Appreciate your thumbs up. Give us a thumbs up on the stream and a sub so that more people can watch this even after it's finished. In fact, I'll give myself a thumbs up here. I forgot to do that. That's one of the things that I usually do on a stream. But I forgot to do that. So hit that thumbs up. We got 16 thumbs ups. Looking good. Do appreciate that. Here, I'll even put a little notice up there getting you to do that. And all the mods out there, thanks a lot for helping out with the modding there, even though we don't have too much troll action happening. Just a good bunch of people that are interested in the different UFO videos and stuff like that here. Lots happening. Hey, thanks a lot for that super sticker. 12th man off grid coming in strong there. This stream is sponsored by 12th man off grid from Alaska. Thanks a lot. Appreciate that. Let's see. We need a special noise for you or something. A special sound from 12th Man. Hang on. Where is it here? Here, I'll play something for 12th Man here. Hang on. Here we go. Just for you.
Quote, fake news. Fake news. You are fake news. It's all fake news. Fake news. It's phony stuff.
Whoa.
It didn't happen. It's all fake news.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that's weird. If that's some kind of a meteor or something, there's something coming out of it, spurting out of it there. That's weird. I know I've seen lots of, meteorites and stuff like that. Thanks a lot for that super sticker. Big ups to you there, bro. Appreciate that. From 12th Man. The super sticker. And look at that. That's looks like 2 UFOs traveling synchronous, one on top of the other. That's pretty doggone strange right there, if I do say so myself. Yeah, thanks a lot for that super chat. Amazing Earthlings. Yeah, we're Earthlings, all right. And there's WTD coming in there. Hey, good to see you. Some weird, that almost looks like something from a war or something, like flak. You know how they shoot up flak or something there all around airplanes and stuff like that. Good to see you. Thanks a lot for popping in. Oakville blobs that when examined couldn't be explained. Yeah. Look at that. Oh, here's 12th Man popping up here. Hey, 12th Man. We'll just.
What's up? We won the Super Bowl tonight, Tommy. The
right
Seahawks.
On. I saw that.
Did you? You saw that?
Well, no, I didn't see the Super Bowl, but I saw the people out in the streets there in, where was it? Was it Seattle?
Yeah, Seattle, Washington.
Right on. What did you think of the halftime show?
Well, it looked like a bunch of monkeys dancing around to me. I didn't think much of it.
What was the guy's name? Bunny or something like that.
Musician. Bad Bunny.
Bad Bunny.
Deport him back to Puerto Rico.
Well, what I heard is that, like it's supposed to be an American thing, American game, whatever. And then you've got this halftime show that has a whole bunch of flags from other countries, and they're saying stuff in different languages.
Yeah, and they were waving their flag on the football field and everything. I didn't like that at all.
Yeah, I hear you. Yeah, a whole bunch of different flags. In fact, I saw a story where they said that they lost a whole bunch of viewers, like literally, I don't know, 250,000 viewers or something, because they all went over to a different channel to watch a different halftime show.
Yeah, TP USA.
Yeah, that's the one, TP USA. They had more of a country and western singers and stuff like that, more American.
Yeah, I haven't watched that one yet, but I went out and smoked a joint and smoked a cigarette and went back in and had a beer, and it was over. You know what I mean?
Exactly. I
didn't have to sit there and watch it.
Well, I don't know what's with these big things where they have a big audience. It's like the same thing with the Olympics there. I never watched the opening of this Olympics, but the last one 4 years ago or whatever, it was like so bloody woke with all of the people and stuff that they had on it that it made me like turn off the Olympics and not even want to watch it. So I didn't even watch the beginning of it this time because of that, because once you once you see some woke crap on there, that's what you expect the next time, you know, which is not good for their
Well, I
brand.
did hear that this one lady, we did bring the Star Spangled Banner home today on one. We already won a gold in the uh, Winter Olympics. So
Oh,
we
right on.
already got one.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Well, I'm
I
glad
think she was
that your team won,
she,
which is good.
she was slope skiing or something like that. But
Oh, wow.
yeah, a real woman won a gold today for the Star Spangled Banner.
Well, hang on.
And
There's more, controversy over there with the Olympics, with some of the people saying that they're in the Olympics, but they're not there for the United States. They're somehow there for themselves, but not the United States. There's that kind of a rumor going on there with people saying
that's
stuff like
all
that.
smoke and mirrors. Hey, can we talk about Queenie for a minute? 'Cause
Um,
she,
yeah, hang on. Before you talk about Queenie, let me ask you. You live up in Alaska, right? And you live in the
right,
bush area, treed area, right?
right.
And you're off grid, and you're like, when you look up in the at nighttime sky, do you're not bothered by city lights or anything, are you?
Not really, no.
Have you seen anything unusual that you can tell us about?
No, not really. I mean, we get the one line from the heavens, you know.
What about animals in the bush? Have you seen anything like a Sasquatch or unknown
Hell
animal?
no, only you.
I've seen a
You're
well, I
the
haven't seen a
only
Sasquatch,
star.
but I heard about
You're
them,
the
and I
only
know they could be up
Sasquatch
there.
I've seen lately.
What's
But,
that?
well, I want to ask you a
When you go into
serious
Anchorage, you
question.
might pick up a Sasquatch at the bar or something like that, right? Oh no, we don't want to hear
I'm
about that.
gonna. I hope Queenie is not listening, but why
She
does
will
she
be.
constantly always talk about pedos and hate
Um,
America and hate Trump and all this
exactly,
other shit? You know?
exactly. Well, okay. This is my take. Like, you know me, you've listened to me for a long time. You know, that's why,
Yeah, we known each other a lot of years.
yeah, exactly. And I like to try and like everybody. I don't have a hate on for anybody. There are
I
lots of
know
people
that,
out there that
Tommy.
might not like me, but Queenie is what I would call, she has a negative personality where she likes to have a hate on for anything that, and maybe it's because she wasn't treated very well as a child, and people are like that. And she also has a one of these kind of personalities that she never forgets. If you say something bad about her, she'll never forget it. And she always comes out with negative stuff about everyone, looks for something negative about them and to hammer them with that negativity. And like, I'm not like that. I don't like to be with people that are so negative all the time. And like, that's why I've kind of disassociated myself from Queenie, for that reason. I like to be nice to everyone, but to the same degree, whether, like, that we've got trolls, and she doesn't like the fact that I have trolls that she calls trolls. And yeah, sure, some of them are leftist type trolls. And when she comes over into my chat, the trolls attack her because she says stuff about so many people that she's not liked by so many people. And the people that attack her don't attack me because I'm like Mr. Nice Guy. I like everybody. I don't say negative stuff about anybody.
Right.
But people attack her. So then she doesn't like me because I have trolls in my chat that attack her. Well, obviously, and it's not just here. she goes into lots of other panels and chats and stuff like that, and exactly the same thing happens over there, where she gets attacked and called every name in the book and blah blah blah. So she is the master of her own destiny, because she calls, if she doesn't like you, she'll call you a pedo right away, and it's just natural for her to say stuff like that, and she doesn't give a shit if you are a pedo or not. You're a pedo if she doesn't like you, which, you know, it's childish behavior. She shouldn't be doing that. And you know, all I can say is I've told her lots of times, don't call people names, right? But you know, she's old enough to do whatever the hell she wants to do. Next question.
Well, she claims to have this document with Trump's name on it, with him like fingering a little girl or whatever, and it's like it's just this crap blown up on her screen. Like, that's not gonna get anyone convicted. Come on, man.
Well, yeah, there's a lot of bullshit out there, and on the internet, you can't trust anything. There's lots of stuff out there. Even if someone has some, you know, their name is in some documents, even with Epstein or whatever, that doesn't mean that they actually were on the island or did stuff. You know what I mean? And if they did, they would be convicted, wouldn't they? So there's lots of people that haven't been convicted. Now, if
Yeah, and
the people that had stuff done to them come forward and talk to the police or whatever, and then yeah, some charges can be laid against people. So why that's not happening, I have no idea.
Tommy, I told him like that shit just, it's fake. It's AI. You can't believe that.
Well, yeah,
You
these
know,
days.
just because someone shows you this little bullshit document or whatever,
Well, plus there's, I
that's
mean, like,
not
look at,
proof of
there's hush money that
anything.
gets paid to people too to shut them up, you know, and then they don't talk and nobody gets prosecuted. Stuff like that happens, no doubt. But like I say, if you know, on that, you know, so she just sits there all day long and you know, she'll call 10 different people a pedo, and it's unsubstantiated. Just because somebody fights with her, it's all right away. It's call you a name, and people get pissed off with that, and then you know, then people don't like her, and then she wonders, well, why do I have these trolls that call me out wherever I go? I don't even want to go into panels or other people's channels or in their chats or anything, because I get attacked, and those people like me, I'm supposed to time people out or whatever, or get rid of people or ban people if they attack her. Well, you know, she's the master of her own demise, and if she gets attacked, it's like, well, you know, wouldn't you learn something and change your ways and be nice to people and don't be calling people names all day long, you know? And she's like, well, yeah, but I've got 4 people that watch my channel, and that's all I need is just 4 people. Well, why not be nice to people, and you'll have more people watching your channel? That's my take. Or
Well, I
you get
wonder
mad
why
shit.
she been through so many channels to begin with.
What? Sorry, what's your question?
Well, why has she been through so many channels to begin with? I'm just
Well, she likes
curious.
going on panels. You know, there's some people that like going on panels a lot, and she likes going on panels and talking to people. But she gets in arguments right away with people, and just it's like everywhere that she goes, people will start ragging out on her, and then she feels bad because it happens, and she doesn't understand that it's because of her calling people names all the time. Like, she's called me that name too, and said lots of bad stuff about me. So you know, and then she goes on her channel and she says, "Oh, I call him dummy dumpster.
Right.
Because why? What have I ever said about you? What have I ever done to you? You know, if I have people in my chat that say things about you, that's not me saying things about you. So, but yeah, I'm the bad guy for doing that. And she just doesn't understand what she's doing is detrimental to herself and her channel. And, you know, hey, it's like I said a long time ago, it doesn't matter how good or bad you are. If you have a channel on YouTube, you will have people that rally around you and that will be your friend. You could be, you know, like in the mafia, and there are mafia channels out there with people with mafia names, and they have lots of people
Well,
in their channels, even though they're the mafia, you
anymore,
know?
Tommy, anymore, she's like, if you support Trump or anything he's doing, like Border Patrol and ICE and all this other stuff, then you must be for a pedo or whatever. I mean, totally off the loop, man. Like, Trump has
Yeah.
rescued, or Tom Homan, and ICE has rescued like 200,000 kids, man. You
Well,
know,
yeah.
that
But, you know,
Joe
the
Biden
people that are out
lost.
there protesting ICE are like, well, they're bad because they're rounding up people off the streets that are
Well,
citizens of the
no,
United States,
according
and
to
they're
Queenie,
deporting them, you know, which is, come on. They might have somebody that's a protester that's bugging them that they arrest and, you know, charge them with
well,
something.
she thinks Trump is a pedophile. So,
Yeah, but she thinks everyone's a pedophile. Really? She
yeah,
says that
basically,
about
right.
everyone, and she doesn't even know who people are. And it's like it's like saying you're an asshole. You know what I mean? To her, it's like that. And I would call somebody an asshole that I didn't like, but I wouldn't call them a name like that unless I was 100% certain that that person is. And it's actually a criminal offense in the states to call somebody that is not that. So, you know, somebody, you know,
Yeah,
you don't just have to say, well, this is defamation of character for you saying that, and then sue them for a bunch of money for saying stuff like that about you. But in the
that's right.
states, it's a criminal offense. You could end up, you know, sitting or going in front of a judge, and you know, I don't know what the fine or the
I wonder if
days
he
in
could
jail
do
is
that
or
over
whatever.
the border, Tommy. Like, could
Well,
I
that's the
sue
whole thing.
somebody in Canada for
Well,
like
Trump arrested
defamation or whatever?
you know, Trump sends his people into other countries to get you, so she better watch out.
Yeah, yeah. I
He's
seen
coming.
there's a Canadian number for ICE, Tommy Jimper.
Oh no, look out, Queenie. Trump's coming for you. Yeah. So, anyways, that's my take on Queenie. Like, I don't like to say anything bad about her. I like for her to do her own thing, and I'm doing my own thing. And but you know, people come on my show and on my panel when I have a panel, and then they badmouth her, and then she hears about
I'm
it. She
not
comes
bad
over.
mouthing nobody, Tommy.
Well, no,
Just to
you're
be
not.
clear.
You're wondering why she's saying stuff like that. Well, she could come on here and you go into her chat, right? You're in her chat, aren't you?
Yeah.
Okay. So you hang out over there, but you don't see me over there. I don't hang out over there. I don't like to be associated with the stuff that
Well,
she says. And
I just like to see what she's talking about sometimes, and a lot
well,
of
yeah.
times it's nonsense.
Well,
You know.
okay. The latest thing was I was in Sylvan Lake. Okay. There was this convoy yesterday, and it was from Red Deer to Sylvan Lake and when we got to Sylvan Lake, there was this thing set up where you can sign up for the plebiscite to have Alberta, you know, separate from Canada. There was that, and so when I
Yeah.
got there, I ran into a guy by the name of Pat King. I don't know if you're familiar with the convoy in Canada, but Pat
Yeah.
King was instrumental in organizing and being part of that convoy. And Queenie doesn't like Pat King for whatever reason, right? So she sees me in my video over there talking to Pat King and saying hi and nice to see you and whatever. And then he even interviewed me in that video, which is the last live that I did. And you can see that in there. But, you know, she's all pissed off because we're in Sylvan Lake where she lives. She wasn't at the event. In fact, I never see her, even though she lives in Sylvan Lake, which is a beautiful place, beautiful lake, lots of trails, lots of places to go, lots of places to do videos and stuff like that in the outside and the nature and stuff like that. But she just is in her house doing her thing or in her car or whatever with the camera on her face. And I'm out there videoing the stuff that's going on, the people ice fishing out in the lake. And like I said, the last time I was live, I was out there and Pat King was there. And we had a good time. We chatted a little bit and he videoed me a little bit with my camera and I videoed him signing up the petition for Alberta to leave. And but she's pissed off at me and with Pat King, and is kind of calling us out on her channel there. So be it.
Whatever.
And we've got in the chat here, we've got Captain Jerry Donnelly. Thanks a lot for supporting the stream. I don't know if you know Captain Jerry Donnelly. He was in his mobility scooter in Portland, Oregon, outside of the ICE facility. He lives in a high-rise building there, about a block away, and he was circling around a little bit, and on his way back to his apartment, and a guy by the name of Spider Mike grabbed onto his scooter and flipped him over, hit his head on the concrete, and not a good situation with Antifa there in Portland, Oregon. But he's in the chat here right now. Big ups to you there, Captain Jerry. Nice to see you.
Oh, is that the one that Portland Andy and all them they did a fundraiser and all that?
Yeah, for a scooter. Yeah, that's right. He had a not a GoFundMe, but a Gifts and Go or something along those lines.
There's something was a scam in there.
Well,
That's
no,
why.
I think they started one on GoFundMe or something, and then GoFundMe shut it down. But I think GoFundMe is kind of more of a leftist organization that doesn't like anything that right wingers do. So maybe that's what it is. But Captain Donnelly, if you have a link, if you want to drop a link or something in there for your gift and goes, I'll give you a wrench.
Something like that, right?
Yeah, I'll give you a wrench so that you can drop a link in my chat there, Captain Jerry. But nice to see you, though. Thanks for popping in here again. We've got on the panel here our good friend, 12th man off grid from Alaska.
Yeah, I know I'm slow. My bad, Tommy.
Chilling in the backwoods. Well, yeah, you talk a little bit slow. I'm used to you, though. I know exactly how you are, what you are. You know, I know that you had a stomach problem there from drinking too much booze or whatever. What did you do to change that? Did you switch to a different kind of booze or what?
Man, I had a good time tonight. Went and watched the game on a big screen and drank some beer and had a good old time.
Yeah, beer's
Smoked
not
some
too
weed.
bad. Yeah.
Smoked some weed.
Beer and weed.
Yeah,
Sounds interesting.
I spent $150. It better been fun.
Absolutely. That sounds pretty good. So you're a little bit feeling good tonight here. That's a good thing, I guess. As long as you're feeling good. That's the main thing.
What's going on in Canada? What's the next protest? At least you all have good protests. but down here they're all wanting to fight fight ice and all that shit, you know?
Oh, right on. Well, yeah, there's lots of ice stuff going on. There was there was people fighting and stuff like that after the game there today. I was watching that on Taco Joe's channel. Saw you on John's YouTube channel. Yeah, I talked to John, and I have his phone number, and I told him that I'm gonna do a show where I'm gonna bring him onto my show, and we'll talk about Alberta separation. So look for click the bell so that you'll know when I go live. You'll get a notification. So click that notification bell, and
So
when I
wait a
bring
minute.
John on the
I mean,
panel
like
here, we'll be able to interview him. Yep.
Alberta join the United States or just separate into its own country? I'm
Well, what we're
curious.
going to do, the vote for the preliminary vote is going to be, do you want Alberta to separate from Canada? That will be what the vote is about. So it's got nothing in the vote is saying anything about the United States. It just Alberta might become the Republic of Alberta, or whatever, or the country of Alberta. But it will be a democratic process where the people are going to vote. And if I don't know what the number is, I think it's got to be over 50%, obviously. If it's over 50%, then it'll be a go. But in addition to that, we also have something called the Clarity Act in Canada, which means that the provinces also have to vote as to whether or not they want Alberta to leave. Now, that seems a little bit unfair, because if the people in the province want to leave, we don't need their vote to give us the okay to leave. We're just going to leave. And if other places like the United States say, good, we support the fact that you won that vote, it's a democratic vote, and you can now leave. Now, after that happens, then we may very well have another vote to, if there's enough support for it, to say, do you agree now that you are a separate country to join the United States and become the 51st state? So again, it's going to be a democratic process, and we may very well do that. I don't know, but for the moment, everyone is saying, "Oh yeah, you guys are a bunch of MAGA, and you just want to, split and join the states." Well, no, that's not what it is. That's not even what it's about.
No.
This reason for splitting is not to become MAGA. It's to get away from the bad policies of Eastern Canada, where they're literally robbing us blind, taking so much of our money that there's lineups in the hospitals. There's not enough hospitals. There's not enough housing for people. Food prices are so high. They're coming up with this crap where they want to use our tax money to subsidize rich people buying electric vehicles. And he's just blowing so much money, Carney, on things that are going to make his stocks that he owns in the company called Brookfield make a lot of money, and he's going to make a lot of money from himself from all of these ideas that he's coming up with. And meanwhile, Alberta is saying, we want a pipeline. And he's going, oh yeah, well, you can have a pipeline, but you got to increase your carbon tax. You got to make green oil. You got to do a bunch of net zero crap, which us here in Alberta want to have nothing to do with. We want to not pay all these carbon taxes. He's slapping a 17 cent per liter tax on fuel, and we are already taxed by the federal government for our fuel.
That's
So we're just sick and
terrible,
tired
Tommy.
of all this pay. We're like Canada's pay pig, and we're sick of it.
So they just automatically start taxing you for because of your property or gasoline. They just start new taxes just like that.
Yeah,
like snap of your
I don't
thumb.
vote on it. He just comes up, the federal government, without asking me, without having me vote on it, without having my okay, just comes up with bullshit taxes to tax us more and more and more and more all the time. We pay call it GST of I don't know what it is right now, 6%. on every single thing that we buy at the store, well, except for the odd food product or whatever. But it's ridiculous the amount that we're taxed up here. And people say half of your paycheck goes to taxes in Canada here, which is, if you're a pretty good wage earner, that's ridiculous. And when you work overtime, you're taxed so bloody much that you go, well, why the hell should I make more money? Because it puts me in a higher tax bracket. And then the more money that you make, the higher your taxes, right? Which is crazy.
Well, even the Republican governor in Alaska now wants a 4% tax to so-called balance the budget, and it's supposed to only be for the summertime. And it's like, well, why can't Alaskans be exempt and let that tax just be for the tourists?
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Hey, tell me about this because in Alaska, you guys have a lot of oil, right? You guys load up ships of oil there, and the oil gets
right. So
shipped
do
down
you
to the
guys.
States. Yeah,
Well,
I
in
know.
BC or whatever.
Well, do you get some kind of a check from the government, like a royalty check, living up in Alaska from that oil?
Yeah, but they still permit every year. It's supposed to be like $3,800, and it's only 1,000 or
Only
probably less.
1,000. Well, yeah, but you're getting some money. You're getting some money from those oil deposits. You in that
Yeah, a
state
little
where,
bit.
and you know what? You know
Now
what
they
happens to
want
that
to
money?
tax. Now they
You know what?
want to tax us, though, Tommy Temper. That's what
Wow.
I'm
Yeah, but you
telling
still
you.
get money. They want to tax any
No,
money that comes
not
into your
for
hand.
long.
But you know what happens in Alberta with our oil money? The money gets taxed, and the taxes get sent to Ottawa, and then Ottawa gives that money to not back to us up here in Alberta. I don't get any kind of a check whatsoever from our oil money, but the oil money goes to so-called have-not provinces, like all of the eastern provinces, and
Oh,
Quebec
like,
gets most
yeah.
of the money. Quebec gets the bulk of the money, and Ontario gets a lot of the money. And
Yeah, a
we
lot of
literally
these,
send billions of money back there.
same thing in Alaska, Tommy. A lot of these so-called native areas get they don't have to pay taxes or anything. I don't know what all they do out there, but they get all the welfare and uh native corporation benefits and all this other shit, man. And
Wow.
like
Hey,
they don't pitch in for their schools or nothing. They
yeah,
make the
that's not
white
good.
man do all that. You gotta
Yeah,
pay for that, Tommy.
yeah, exactly. Oh, believe me, a lot the natives in Canada are very well taken care of. Like Canada spends billions and billions of dollars on the natives. Captain Jerry Donnelly, thanks a lot for that super chat. Jerry says, I did maintenance, drove the Zamboni for the Portland Winter Hawks in 77 and 79. They used to be the Edmonton Junior Oil Kings. Oh, yeah, yeah. The Oil Kings in Edmonton here. Brian Shaw Jr. That's interesting. The Zamboni. Those Zambonis are dangerous. One blew up in a small town in Alberta here just last month. Propane or something
What
leaked
the
out of it.
hell is that,
Those things can be dangerous,
Zamboni?
but that's fun. The Zamboni making the ice on the rink. Thanks a lot for that super chat, Captain Jerry, for the win. The sponsor of tonight's show is 12th Man Off Grid and Jerry. Thanks a lot. Big ups to you there, Jerry.
Thanks for having me on.
Yeah, right on. No problem at all. Well, I dropped that link hoping that somebody would talk about UFOs or UAPs or, ghosts or stuff that you'd hear on the Coast to Coast show or something like that. I was trying to do a kind of a show here where it's like a late night talk show type thing where people come on and talk about being abducted and probed and stuff like that.
You're disgusting.
Yeah, exactly. There's Daniel Barry popping into everybody's chat in the universe. Good to see you there, Daniel. Boop boop, big ups to you. So but anyways, as far as the separation thing with Alberta, that's the story. Is that right now the polls are showing
Is that where
41%
you
of the
live,
people.
Tommy?
41%
That's where
of the
you
people
live
want.
in Alberta?
That's correct. Yeah, I live in Edmonton, Alberta. Yeah.
Which way
And I
you
also,
live?
I have a place in Sylvan Lake as well. So I'm in between Edmonton and
Yeah.
Sylvan Lake. And Sylvan Lake is where Queenie resides.
Well, be careful.
Yeah. Well, no, we're friendly to each other. We're not like, no animosity there. I said,
I
trying to be
really
nice.
used to enjoy your lake streams when go down to the lake in the summer with your wife and kids or whatever and do a little dance,
Yeah, I'll be
yard
doing that.
dances by the lake and all that.
Yeah, there's some stuff going on there, some different events that I'll be doing that again. And for this year coming up, I bought a boat. I did one little video there, a short. If you look at my shorts, you'll see one of them there where I show you what the boat looks like. Now, the boat cost me $200. So it's it's not like one of these multi-million-dollar yachts or something like that. Like, think, what can you buy for $200? Well, I bought the boat with the motor for $200, and I'm right now working on fixing it up because it needs new
You
benches, new
still
seats, new
got the
seat
go
covers,
kart?
get the crack fixed in it, whatever, stuff like that. Yeah, well, and I also have a little quad, that you can ride around there. So, but right now it's in the shop getting a tune-up on it. Again,
Oh,
it's
the
not a
go
real
kart.
expensive one. Not a
What
go-kart,
happened
but
to
like a
the go
quad.
kart?
I don't have a go-kart, but I did when I was a kid. We used to have a go-kart and we'd take it out to the shopping mall on a Sunday because shopping malls were closed on a Sunday. And then we'd burn around the parking lot with that little go-kart. That used to be fun. Frozen water right now, though, on the lake.
Oh, is it still frozen over there?
Yeah, it's frozen. Yeah. In fact, yesterday I drove on the lake yesterday because that's where the convoy from Red Deer to Sylvan Lake, it ended up on the lake, and we were actually parked on the lake, and
Oh,
that's where I
damn.
signed for separation
What are
of
they doing
Canada
on
on
the
the lake.
lake? Are they trying to catch fish or what?
Absolutely. There's probably about 50 to 100 ice huts on the lake right now where people park
Oh,
they have
man.
like sheds and all kind of stuff or tents, and they drill a hole in the water. They've got different kind of cameras and stuff that they can shove down there to see if there's fish and stuff like that. And people are catching like whitefish and I forget what other kind of fish are in the lake, but there's a bunch of different varieties, and they're like a good foot and a half long, those fish.
Hell yeah.
It was this big.
Talking
It was this
about.
big.
You should go down there and film that, Tommy.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, don't get your colonoscopy by an alien. Go to your hospital, by the way. There's a good tip from the chat there from Links to Rinks. Thanks for that one. Appreciate it. Just frozen water. Yeah. That's funny. Let's see. Where's everyone watching from? We got 32 watching on X. We got about 20 some down to 14 now watching on YouTube, and we've got people watching on Facebook there as well. So it's up and down here today. Captain Jerry says, well, I'm looking for funds for shipping. If you want to help, I hate to ask. Okay, there you go. So anybody can help out Jerry with shipping of his. Apparently, they bought they got a new mobility scooter for Captain Jerry. So he needs some help with shipping it to his location. So if you can help him out, there's the givesandgo.com/Captain Jerry is how you can help him out there. Thanks a lot there, Captain Jerry. Hopefully you get some help with that. I have seen a bad crash on the Zamboni firsthand. Yeah, right. What did you hit? Probably hit the side of the skating rink or something. Portland, Oregon is where Captain Jerry is. He lives a block or so away from the ice building there, and he has to put up with all the nonsense, all the tear gas and everything else that's going on there, all the noise on an ongoing basis from the Antifa crew.
Hey, Tommy, I heard,
Yep.
I heard Portland Andy was going to take him in. Let him live with him for a while.
I don't know what's going on. Well, he has his own apartment there, right close by.
Hey, Jerry, go to Portland Andy's house. He'll let you in.
Yeah. What's your doctor's name? Bend over? And his nurse's name is Eileen Dover. Aliens. It's all about aliens tonight. It's an alien special.
We've only had one alien around here.
What's you saw an alien in the bush?
No, I just sitting in here and then the door slammed open and the wind wasn't blowing or nothing.
It's like a ghost. That's your ghost story. The door opened and there was nobody there. Good.
Slammed. Tommy, it slammed open like BAM!
Holy jeez. Well, that's like that saying, don't let the door hit you in the ass on your way out. Link says,
yeah, and the wind wasn't even blowing. I was like,
wasn't me. The Zam driver hit the end boards and the glass shattered. It was a coach stepping out on the ice for the session, so we had to improvise our practice plans. The Zamboni stories are coming out. Oh, well, you got Don Cherry. Remember Don Cherry? I don't know if you ever watched hockey, but he's a guy on the Canadian guy. Well, Don Cherry, he would always wear the suits and stuff like that. But
I might have to start watching hockey.
Yeah, well, I think it's a Canadian thing. If you're, but there's lots of places down in the States that have hockey teams, and they don't even have. It doesn't even get cold enough for them to have ice outside.
Well, let's see,
where was that game today? Was it in Las Vegas?
Santa Clara, California.
Oh, California. Hockey night in Canada. Da, 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 da. Love Don Cherry. Yeah, you guys. Yeah, he'd be pretty good. He's a kind of a tough guy. He's a coach. He used to be a coach. So his line on hockey is from the coach's point of view, but pretty tough guy and right on with the stuff that he used to say. But he got fired. The reason he got fired is because in Canada on Veterans Day, Memorial Day, you buy a poppy and you put a red poppy on. And he got pissed off because there's so many foreigners, or maybe not foreigners, but immigrants that come to Canada. And they don't wear the poppy. They don't put poppies on. So he's saying those people don't wear poppies, and he got cancel cultured for saying that, and they turfed him off of CBC. So he's pissed off about that. So is
BBC,
everyone else.
Tony? Really?
Yeah, he's for saying those people, meaning immigrants. He didn't even say immigrants. He said those people should wear a poppy and support, our veterans and stuff like that. Right? That's all he said.
Well, you
It's
gotta
just
be
that.
careful, Tommy. Pretty soon they're gonna be locking you in prison for not going with their woke agenda or whatever.
Woke has got to go. But you know what? You've got so many people that are part of the municipalities of the cities that are woke. All those people that run for office in city, the council members and the mayors and stuff like that, all over the North America, they're so freaking woke, and they just listen to this Antifa, BLM, all the rest of those kind of the agitators and people like that. They pressure them into doing stuff that's really, really woke for all the cities. It can be a small town, even Powell River. I don't know if you know about Powell River, BC, but they're trying to change the name of Powell River because they don't like Powell, the guy whose the town is or city, whatever it is, named after, because they say, oh well, he's a colonizer. So all of these people, lefties, are going, well, we have to change the name to something that's more native sounding than Powell River, because he's a bad guy. Like we're sick and tired of stuff like that happening.
Yeah,
It's crazy.
it gets all done in Tommy.
Yeah, even like our football team. Our football team was called the Edmonton Eskimos, right? Oh, you can't say that. That's racist. So you got to change the name of the football team because that's impeding on the rights of Eskimos. So they changed the name to the Edmonton Elks, right? Meanwhile, I've got all this memorabilia, shirts, and I even have a hammer that says Edmonton Eskimos on it. Well, now you got to throw all that stuff away. It's crazy. The whole world is going
Ridiculous.
woke. We're sick and tired of the woke crap.
Well, I've been following you Canucks for about, I don't know, 5 or longer years, man, and y'all
You
got
haven't
rid
changed.
of Trudeau, but then you got Carney. So
He's the same.
I
He used to be an
I
advisor
really
of
thought something
Trudeau's.
was gonna change with that trucker convoy, but
Well,
it
you know what?
didn't.
The whole idea with the trucker convoy was we didn't like those the oppression from the mandates of the COVID, right? So everyone
Yeah,
was
the
like, no, you
jab.
gotta get a job before you can go into a restaurant. You gotta get a job before you can walk into a skating rink or to watch your kid play hockey or something like that. You got to get a job to travel anywhere, across the border or whatever. It was like totally ridiculous. So the convoy got together, and there were literally thousands of people that went to Ottawa to talk to the government, to talk to Trudeau. And Trudeau called everyone in the convoy a bunch of terrorists. And then it's like, well, you're a bunch of terrorists, and we don't we don't negotiate with terrorists, right? So it's like, call you a bunch of names and then not negotiate with you. And of course, we all went down to Ottawa to talk to the politicians, to try and say, look, this is tyranny what you guys are doing. You're oppressing us. We can't do what we want to do. You got to get rid of these mandates, which of course they eventually did anyway, but they certainly didn't want to talk to us. And that was part of the problem. And still, in fact, the way we feel out here out in the western part of Canada, we feel like we're not liked by Ottawa. We're just dismissed. We're like the kid that you didn't want, and the rebellious kid. That's what we're treated like. We ask for things, and it's like, no, you can't have it. But, well, you can only have it if you pay us more money. We want more, 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 more. We want tax credits. We want carbon credits. We want green oil money. We want money, 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 money. And you're not going to get anything unless we get our cut out of you. And we're sick and tired of that. And people don't understand that that's what
Right.
things are like here in Alberta. Sad.
Well, what's it like in BC? Is there a way that I know BC is pretty liberal, but maybe
Yeah.
if those two could join some kind of way and
BC is what you call NDP, New Democratic Party. We have the Liberal Party and the New Democratic Party. The New Democratic Party is even further left than the Liberals, and that's what they are in BC. In fact, Eby, the premier of BC, said he does not want any pipelines running through BC from Alberta. Well, we have
it's a
tons of
little
oil
late
that's
for
just
that,
sitting there,
isn't
ready
it?
to go.
He
You
already
can't do
has
anything.
them running in his country.
Yeah, we have one pipeline
Dude
going
is
to BC. It's
ridiculous.
so easy to twin that pipeline. It goes right through the same territory, the same land. Just build another 40-inch pipeline right beside it. But no, EB says no. Why? Why? For what reason? Because he's an environmentalist, right? Doesn't like oil.
Yeah.
They think it's
So I guess
polluted.
the Alberta BC joint thing is out of it.
Yeah. What do you mean by AJ? What's an AJ fan?
Well, I mean, by Alberta and BC joining up, that's probably out of the question, I guess.
I wish that would happen. I wish that Saskatchewan, BC, and Alberta would join up and all become our own independent country away from Ottawa. But the problem is that Alberta is conservative. Majority of Alberta is conservative, and you have the similar thing in Saskatchewan. So Saskatchewan might very well have a vote to separate as well. But you also have a brand new thing going on in British Columbia where there's a new initiative to separate as well, and maybe get some people to sign plebiscites to get that on the vote. But well, it's going to be less popular in BC than Alberta, that's for sure. Oh, Alex Jones. Yeah, well, I watch him once in a while. I'm not, like some of the stuff he says, I don't go agree with. But yeah, I do listen to him, and I'm not like a bowing down to Alex Jones or anything like that. But him being on the right side of the fence, yeah, I listen to what he says, and I listen to him once in a while. Actually, I'm sub to him, and where I see him is on X because he's live on X a lot of the time. So once in a while, I pop in there to see what he's chatting about.
Yeah, Tommy. We have this one gentleman in Alaska that'd like to connect the Alaska Railroad and the Canadian Railroad and maybe a couple of the pipelines. And I think that'd be beneficial not only to Alaska, but to Canada and BC and Alberta and connecting all these train lines together and having a connected community once and for all.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh yeah, exactly. Yeah, where I live here in Edmonton, this is like sort of the place where the oil comes from, the oil sands or the tar sands, whatever you want to call them, up in Fort McMurray,
Uh,
and the oil is sent down by pipeline to Edmonton here, and then loaded onto trains in Edmonton, and then those trains leave Edmonton and take that down south. I don't know where it ends up. Maybe it ends up in BC or someplace like that. But trains are very inefficient for moving oil. A pipeline is the way to do it. Jerry says, or no, links to Rink says, is Jerry better than Skinner or is the downfall of the Oilers? It is back end, as we know, they have firepower on offense. I like Skinner. Skinner is a pretty good goalie. He's, definitely proven himself over time, but, I don't know. Every year and every game is a little bit different, but we'll see what happens. Jerry says, Nubs and Sad, we are the sailors that bring supplies to the world. Yeah, that's for sure. Lots of ports all over the place. Well, that's what we want to do. Potentially, when Alberta separates, is that we want to partner up with the states and put a pipeline in from Alberta in through the northern part of the United States over to Seattle, and then load onto ships in Seattle to send over to China or other India or other places in the world. That's what we want to do, because EB, the NDP in British Columbia, doesn't want us to have any pipelines into British Columbia, through British Columbia, even though there is one going through there right now. So, they're real anal over moving oil, doing anything like that, pipelines, or even to have ships. They don't want more ships to go on the coast of BC, even though ships go up and down the coastline of BC every day, coming from you guys up there in Alaska. That oil ends up in a merchant marine tanker in Vancouver. Yeah, some of it does, yeah, but very little of it is shipped out. Most of it is used by the refinery in BC. I know they use the oil that we send over there.
Well, that's what I was thinking. If we could build a way to move seafood and people and a lot of other stuff besides oil, man, we could build this big, beautiful British Columbia, Alaska, like railroad. Like, I don't know, maybe that's old school thinking, but
Oh yeah, goes to show you how much I'm
just
paying attention to hockey. Seeing Oilers traded Skinner for Jerry and others. Skinner seems to be playing well. Yeah, well, I thought Skinner was a pretty good goalie, but yeah, if he's not with us anymore, well, there you go. I don't know. It's hard to win a game without good players, that's for sure. We got to get into the playoffs first. Very tight race right now. We need a good win streak to get started. Yeah, absolutely. Hey, well, anyways, I just looked up at the clock here, and it's already 3:24, and I usually
oh
cut
boy.
off my stream at about 3 o'clock, so I'm about 24 minutes over. So maybe we'll
Well, good
stop the stream.
talking to you, Tommy. I'll get out of here.
Okay, sounds good. It's our good friend, 12th Man Off Grid. Thanks a lot for that super chat. Do appreciate that, and thanks for the conversation. Coming in from Alaska. Looking good. Okay, that was 12th Man. And I'm Tommy Temper. This is the Tommy Temper Show. And we're cool. You're cool. We're all having fun. Thanks a lot for those super chats and stuff like that. We appreciate it. And maybe next time we'll get more people to come up on the panel here talking about late night occult, UFOs, UAPs, Sasquatch, abominable snowmen, and other cryptoid type things. Thanks a lot, everyone, for tuning in. Do appreciate it. And who's next to hit the link? Yeah. Masad, you should come up here and tell us about that time you were abducted and probed. So we'll want to hear about that the next time we do the Tommy Temper After Dark. Thanks a lot, everyone. And we'll see you next time.
From the shadowed foothills of the Alberta Rocky Mountains,
Bye-bye for now.
where the pines stand silent under star-filled skies, and the peaks hide secrets older than time itself. This is Tommy Temper, After Dark. Good evening, or good morning, wherever the darkness finds you tonight across this vast strange world of ours. We're coming to you live from a place where the veil is thin, where UFOs drift silently above the tree line, where UAPs blink in and out of radar, where the whispers of aliens, the occult, ghost, Bigfoot, cryptids, and things that should not be still walk among us. Tonight, we open the lines, we open the mind, and we step once again into the unknown. No topic is too strange, no story too wild, no corner too far out on the edge. So pull up a chair by the fire, dim the lights, pour something strong if it helps, and join us as we journey deep into the night. This is Tommy Temper. After dark. And we're just getting started. Welcome, friends. Let's see what's out there.